All right, let's talk about more of the legal inside of this whole story. Let's bring in two attorneys, J. Cheney Mason, criminal defense attorney, and also Richard Hornsby, criminal defense attorney and president of the Central Florida Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers. Gentlemen, let me start with you, Mr. Mason. Let's talk about revoking a bond here. What is the process? Walk us through that.
Well, if the defendant violates the terms and conditions of her bond, then it can be revoked. I heard that this fellow from California was talking about doing that. He has a contract with the defendant and whoever he posted the bond with, so he can't just decide to be the judge and revoke it. He would have to file papers and notice, and it would be subject to a challenge in the court. I don't know why he did it to begin with, but it's not just so easily done if she hasn't done anything to violate the terms and conditions. Obviously, from what I've seen, she hasn't left anywhere and been basically under his thumb the whole time since she got out.
Criminal defense attorney also joining us today, Richard Hornsby. Let's talk about what this could mean for the defense attorney. Jose Baez has been the center of attention. What can you tell us about that?
Well, what exactly do you mean?
Well, what I mean by that is if Baez go ahead and takes what is being circled out there, revoking a bond, what does this mean for his client now?
I think it might be in her best interest if she was remanded at this particular point. I think the state attorneys offered them an olive branch with this use immunity, and from the information I have, my educated guess is that they're trying to give him a way out to do what's best for his client in this particular instance. They're so far to one side, and all the evidence is supposedly indicating something else, that revoking the bond, the bondsman's not helping them, quite frankly, with the things he's saying on TV. I think I would have to disagree with Mr. Mason. I think that a bondsman can remand any person at any time, since they're the surety on the bond. They have a different legal right than, say, a court or the prosecutor if they want to remand the person. So at this particular point, I think that there's an olive branch being offered by the state attorney's office, and I don't think the bondsman's helping Miss Anthony at all right now with the things he's saying on TV, quite frankly.
Two-pronged question for the two of you. How has Baez handled this, good or bad, and why?
Well, everybody's got their different opinions. I've been defending cases like this and others for about 39 years. My clients don't talk, and they don't talk to prosecutors, they don't talk to the press, and this circus would not have occurred if my office was handling it. I can only tell you that.
Mr. Hornsby?
I completely agree with Mr. Mason. Whoever's captaining the ship of Miss Anthony's case here is putting it right into the storm. He needs to get it away from it. He should have had her be quiet from the very beginning. The grandparents should have been quiet from the very beginning. From a standpoint of trying to do what's best for your client and get the best resolution, it's been handled terribly.
Thank you very much for your time, J. Cheney Mason and Richard Hornsby, criminal defense attorneys here in Central Florida.